friends here from Othello-San.
Right.
Come on over here, Ted. So do we have any questions for Ted? Anybody?
Yes.
How did you find your actors who were bilingual?
Well, that was easy. My son was Othello-San.
Ah.
And then we worked with Ann Chapman for our casting.
Oh,
And she, actually, Togo Igawa was supposed to play the instructor. He was in Last Samurai. And then we got Yuki Matsutake, who was also in Last Samurai, to play the instructor. Yeah, he's only one of 4 bad guys in Last Samurai who actually spoke. So we got him. He's a great guy. And the actual, from the time it went to Japanese, the whole thing was supposed to be in Japanese. But we decided to have him switch over because my son couldn't keep up. In fact, when he was actually doing the scene where he's reading, well, he actually memorized, but he was actually going through that whole scene for Shakespeare. I just said, just go as far as you can. I knew he was going to peter out at some point. So then when he got to the right point, that's when Yuki said, okay, that's enough. But he had gone on, he'd gotten better and better and better, but finally, but I knew that at some point he wasn't going to make it all the way through. So he just did the best he could. Yeah.
Is your son in fact an actor?
Yeah. He's actually studying, when I wrote it, well, actually what happened was he went to school in Japan to become an actor. And my wife's Filipino, so he's half Filipino, so he had nothing to do with Japan. So he goes to Japan, takes language courses, so he can act and do this whole thing. And then the casting folks over there said, look, you got to get better in Japanese. So he went to the language school. And then he went back and tried again. They said, well, you're much better in your Japanese, but it's not quite there yet. So he called me, I think it was on Valentine's Day. He called me up, he goes, yeah, I'm pretty frustrated. So I was texting him, and I was kind of going through the text. I said, you know what? If you want to be an actor, just produce something, and then you'll bring the right folks to you, and then you can do something. So I said, let me write. So we kind of went through some ideas of what he could shoot in Japan while he was there. And I said, let's do shoot something that's in one room. And he said, you know what, I'll write it. So that afternoon, I just went back to my office and typed up that script. And then at the end of that week, I sent it to a couple of film festivals, and it did well. And we filmed it. And then his visa ran out, so we ended up filming it at George Mason University out in Manassas. So and the hardest part was finding Japanese actors, because I mean in the DC area there's tons of Korean actors, quite a few Chinese actors, but Japanese actors so the 2 ladies actually came from New York, Yuki came from LA, and all the other Asian actors were not Japanese. So those are the two Japanese actors in there, or 3. Any other questions? Yeah.
I thought it was really beautifully filmed and lit. I was intrigued with the motion. Was that Steadicam or was that like a gimbal thing? Or
Yeah. Well, the guy who Cooney, it's the guy he's in Herndon, Virginia. And Cooney's a great guy. He's a great cinematographer. And so I knew what I wanted for that first shot when he comes in. I completely nicked it off of Scorsese's film, when he's chasing the guy, Catch Me If You Can. So I basically took that same thing and just reversed it. But after that, I mean, Cooney really helped do the great camera work. So
did a great job.
and then because it was at George Mason, they already had all the lighting was pretty much there.
Oh, okay.
So it just they added in. So, I know we got another set coming, but I do want to mention that the other films. I mean, that was fantastic. I wish the filmmakers were here for that last film.
Oh man!
I felt kind of bad that came after my film, but that was really great. And Clint, thank you very much for putting this together, and your family for being such hospitable.
Thank you for submitting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to mention that we are starting a new streaming network called the Laurel Channel, and it's an online magazine.com, it's laurelchannel.com, and also laurelchannel.tv. That's the streaming network, and I'm secretly looking for great content, so I am looking at everybody's films here, and I'm definitely going to be bugging a few together already.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.